This has been one of the most exciting events that I've been to in a while, because not only has it been wonderful about the startups here in Turkey, which are very impressive in and of themselves, but the collection of amazing entrepreneurs from almost every country, but particularly Central Asia, Africa, and all this breadth that you've brought here, it's been very, very impressive. Ton. Absolutely. I mean, what is interesting is that there are startups that have a real keen understanding of their local market. They understand language or last mile payments or engagements which are there. But the technologies are interesting enough that if they do well here, they can expand, I think, into other markets, certainly regionally, but even in other markets as well. And the caliber of the young people presenting their companies and the issues they're thinking about are really much better than I would have seen even 2 years ago. So the Turkish entrepreneurial ecosystem, from a talent perspective, I think is superb and competitive with anywhere in the world. You know, I think like all great ecosystems, and it's why this event is so important, kind of bringing people together, not having people go off in a lot of separate directions, but people committed to building the ecosystem and not just their enterprise, is a very important moment for, I think, a place like here. So what this gathering has done is saying you should build your enterprise, you should be very successful, you can compete globally, but let's all build the ecosystem together, because companies will be more successful as the ecosystem strengthens. Still early in capital, rule of law, some issues are still being worked through, but I think if people lock arms and they really try to build bottom up, that's going to be a very important subtext that comes. So I have been an entrepreneur. I ran all the online businesses for the Washington Post and Newsweek and Slate, and I've been an entrepreneur. I built a company, co-founded a company called HealthCentral.com, which was a social platform and content platform that allowed millions of people to share their experiences in health and wellness. But I invest now mostly, about half of my time I spend investing in startups in the United States and or some funds that I'm a member of. But the other half of my life has been spending a lot of time with entrepreneurs in growth markets. I have a particular time and affection for the Arab world, and I actually wrote a book about it. It's the most hopeful book on the Middle East, and it's called Startup Rising, the entrepreneurial revolution that's remaking the Middle East. But from that, it's allowed me the opportunity to see many similar things happening in places like Turkey, and I've actually just been to Iran twice in the last year. And one day it will come in and build a very amazing ecosystems as well. So there's a lot of things that you can say to the entrepreneurs, but a few of it was said here at the conference. Entrepreneurship is not a job. It's a life, it's a passion. It has many highs and many, many lows. And so if you have the ability to understand that and not get too upset when things don't go well, because someday it'll come back up or you'll move on and do something else that will come back up. And when you're running high, don't get cocky, give back, participate in the ecosystem. You know, you got the best shot, I think, at succeeding.